This generation has seen a lot of changes in the automotive industry, and you really need to get used to electric cars now. The Indian automotive industry is changing, and I am here to review an electric car which is made in India, made for India, and even made by an Indian company. A small sedan with a significantly higher driving range, an affordable price tag. It's the sub 4 meter Tata Tigor EV. So welcome to my channel, and I am your host Shravan, bringing you yet another first drive review, but this time it's an electric sedan. In terms of design, the Tigor EV looks quite similar to the regular IC engine Tigor, yet there are certain elements added to differentiate them. In terms of features, Tigor EV gets halogen projectors for the low beam and a separate halogen unit for high beam. The fog lamps are also halogen based, and separate LED DRLs are present besides them. At the side, it gets stylish looking 14-inch alloy wheels, glossy black overvanes with LED turn indicators, chrome belt line, chrome inserts on the door handle, and a shark fin antenna. There is a major difference in terms of boot space. Now let me tell you why. This being an electric vehicle, the battery is placed on the floor. This reduces the space for the spare wheel. In order to accommodate the spare wheel, a separate enclosure has been provided on the right side inside the boot, thereby reducing the boot space. But you can still carry two medium sized bags easily, as it still has 316 liters of boot space. Now here is the charging cable neatly tucked inside a black bag. Such small details do impact the overall customer satisfaction level. Being an automatic, the driver side armrest will be missed by many. The glove box is large and has cooling function. The D-cut steering wheel is chunky and has contours for comfortable grip. At the rear, there is decent amount of legroom, but the headroom is quite average due to the sloping roof line. In terms of shoulder room, it would be a tight fit for 3. Rear passengers would feel comfortable with a center armrest with cup holders. Apart from the hard plastics, lack of front armrest, rear AC vent, and hard plastics, the cabin quality is decent and the features are ample. When we talk about Tata Motors, the name is synonymous to safety. Tigor EV, just like the other Tata cars, is no different. It gets 4-star global NCAP crash rating. Other safety features include dual airbags, ABS with EBD, rear parking sensors as standard. On the top end, you also get fog lamps and a rear camera as well. The overall shape has no difference and even the dimensions remain same. But there are quite a lot of EV specific elements like blue essence on the grille, fog lamp enclosures, and even a blue EV badge at front. At the side, blue essence have been added on the alloy wheels, and at the back a blue EV badge to differentiate it from the regular Tigor. Overall, the EV specific blue exterior color does stand out, and yes, this is the same color as found on the Nexon EV. The coupe style C-pillar makes the Tigor stand out from rest of the sub 4 meter sedans. Yet, it is not a please all kind of a design, even though I personally like it. Going towards the rear, Tigor EV gets LED tail lamps, chrome garnish on the boot, and a rear camera nicely hidden under it. On the inside, the cabin is almost similar to regular Tigor, but with added blue inserts around AC vents and the instrument cluster. Overall, the dual tone dashboard is quite clean looking, but with a lot of hard plastics. The 7-inch touchscreen infotainment system by Harman is carried over and has an output provided through 4 speakers coupled with 4 tweeters. Overall, the system has a very crisp output. It gets connectivity features, voice commands, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay and Bluetooth. Just underneath is the automatic climate control and some storage space, and a knob to shift between different modes like drive, park, reverse and sports. Seats are well cushioned and have a tri-arrow design. Driver seat is height adjustable and overall the seats are comfortable. The instrument cluster is fully digital, yet the look and feel could have been better as it looks quite boring and old, though it gives decent amount of information related to the speed, range, battery level, etc. After talking about the exterior and interiors of the car, let's come to the main aspect, the driving performance. Now, the Tigor Electric has been present in the market for quite some time, and most of you, I guess, would not have even noticed it. That's because it had performance and driving range issues, and that's the reason it was not very successful. But this new Tigor EV is a totally transformed electric car. The Tigor EV comes with a 26 kilowatt hour battery as compared to the 32 kilowatt hour battery on the Nexon. The Tigor is a front wheel drive setup and the motor is capable of 74 PS of power and 170 Newton meters of torque. The claimed range is 306 kilometers per full charge, with a 0 to 60 km per hour in 5.6 seconds. With the amount of torque, I would not be surprised if the Tigor EV does 0 to 100 in less than 10 seconds. Tata Motor claims that the battery can be charged up to 85% in 65 minutes on a fast charger, and 0 to 80% in just under 9 hours on a 15 ampere home charger. The best part of an electric vehicle is the flat torque curve. The peak torque is achieved as soon as you press the pedal. This makes the Tigor extremely fast, and the 170 Newton meters of torque feels more than enough. While on the D mode, you will get the best driving range. At no point of time will you feel the lack of power, but you also get the sports mode, wherein you can extract more power but at the cost of driving range. The drive mode is more than adequate in all sense, but it's the sports mode which is more fun. On the sports mode, you can actually feel the increase in power, and you can easily keep up with a Polo GT TSI or a Punto Abarth in a 0 to 100 sprint. The outright performance is just excellent, which is not the case with the old Tigor Electric. The Tigor Electric is one heavy car with over 1200 kilos, but at no point you will feel the heaviness due to the torque curve even on the drive mode. The sports mode unleashes ample torque to make the tires screech, and this has been experienced mostly in stop and go traffic, wherein you slow down and then push the throttle, and it unleashes power that makes the wheels spin. Enthusiasts would love this, but you need to be careful at times. I feel the tires should have been a profile larger to handle the amount of torque it generates. You will never feel that it is nose heavy or there is a problem pulling it. And Tata Motor even claims that it is optimally weighted at a 45:55 ratio for front and rear, making it more stable than any other compact sedan in the market. It has a lag free drive when you push the pedal, thanks to the single speed transmission that makes it perfect for city drive. The brakes are adequate with disc at front and drum at rear, but all four disc brakes would have been better, taking into consideration the amount of torque it generates. Tires are low resistance tires, but they are quite noisy. There's a little bit of electric whine that you can also hear while driving, but road noise and tire noise is quite significant. One thing that you should note is that a lot of battery percentage is lost if you are idling with AC on. Now we had 99% of battery when we started, but because of shooting in hot weather, we were idling with AC on full blast, and I've seen that the battery percentage falls quite significantly. Right now we have 75% of battery only because of high idling with AC on. There's also regenerative braking that is available on Tigor EV, which provides you with additional range by converting the braking energy which is lost. And I have seen that the regenerative braking works quite well in this city because you are using a lot of brake. But on the highway, while we were cruising at a constant speed, I see that there is no regenerative braking. The bar is almost at the lowest level. On the highway, the Tigor EV performs quite well. There is no weak low end or high mid range, but the power is evenly distributed across the range. The only thing which is missed on the highway is the lack of cruise control. Suspension is well sorted, it is not bumpy and comfortable even on bad roads. Tigor EV performs quite well on corners, and I love throwing the car around on corners. The body roll is well controlled, and with the floor mounted battery, never did the Tigor scrap its belly on even the worst speed breakers. Now when we started, we had around 233 kilometers of range, and with a lot of city driving, highway driving, testing higher speeds, I can still say that the overall range would come around 200 kilometers. I doubt it would touch 306 on our normal driving. It is still adequate, but a proper, from 100% to 0% battery range, what would be the exact range that it would achieve? We would do a thorough testing for that soon. Now that I have told you everything about the Tigor EV, you might have questions regarding the maintenance and warranty. For that, Tata Motors is providing 8 years, 1,60,000 kilometers warranty on the battery. It is also IP67 rated so that it is weather and worry proof. Now the second question arises, what's the price? The Tigor EV is priced at 11.99 lakh for the XE base trim, which goes up to 13.14 lakhs for the top XE Plus dual tone option. This makes total sense for those buyers who are willing to go for an electric car in the range of 12 to 15 lakhs. Also, the sub 4 meter length will ensure ease of parking and EV will ensure lower running costs. 2 cents from my side, it certainly lacks some features, not many, but tire upgrade is recommended. In terms of performance, Tigor EV is outstanding. So guys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Catch you soon with another review.